Hey, what's up, Denny? How's it going? We having a good day? Hey, glad to hear it. Of course. Huh, sorry. Oh, just kind of finishing my breakfast. Getting ready for some VOD reviews. We have a Thor main. Ooh, Thor main. Go. That should be fun. There are drops? There's probably new drops, right? What's up, Jake? Eva the bonk. Unbonked. Storm spray? Storm spray, storm nameplate, storm emote, and storm costume. Gotta get the drops. I have Moro's faction tryouts. Half an hour to an hour. Nice. Let's go. Good luck. I believe in you. So is that what you said you got recruited for? Where'd they find you? Just on, like, playing? Nice. Good. Also, we went crazy yesterday, and it was awesome. Marvel Rivals comp server? What's that? Tried today, but the games on North Virginia were nicer. Oof. Trying to think about like the 4 losses we had. I think at least 2 of them we had throwers, right? Why do we ignore Rogue? Just kill her. 2 of them had throwers? Yeah, that's what I thought. Museum one I should have switched earlier. Huh. Yeah. So I put in the shepherd's pie in the oven. Oh, let's go. You gotta send a picture once it's done cooking and you cut it open. We added panko on top. Nice. Hey, breadcrumbs. Alright, let's swap it over. Hello. And then we need to do this stuff. Let's go get our Cyclops juice. Are we VOD reviewing? Yeah, we'll do at least 1, if not 2. And then I do need to fish first. Well, this will be like the starting soon screen. Yeah. Units. Okay. Can we get more units with the picture again or no? Is that one time only? I feel like that's probably one time only. Oh, okay. Resets. It's once a week. Gotcha. Um. What is this one? Oh, this one. This nameplate. Wait, could I have gotten this? Probably not. Pika. More points. Trying to figure out which phone to buy. Ooh. You know, actually, I just saw. I think it was. I can't remember who it was. But they showed a phone that it was like a flip phone, but on the inside it did have like a smartphone, but it had all of the stuff just like minimized to the point where you could like really focus. In fact, I think I have it. What's up, Caesar? True. Let me. I think I have it. A new flip phone for people who want fewer distractions but still need essential apps. The phone blocks social media and web browsers to help users stay focused. No data selling. Touchscreen disabled to help eliminate doom scrolling. Dome LED notifications that avoid waking the screen. Runs 99% of Android apps without Android, including WhatsApp, Maps, music streaming, and ride-hailing services. Worldwide network capability, Wi-Fi and hotspot. 48 megapixel Sony rear camera with autofocus. User replaceable battery. De-Googled software. No built-in AI features. Starts at $500. I was like, I read this and I was like, oh man, that's actually really cool. And it looks like an old like flip phone. So I was thinking of that. Then probably stay with Samsung. Fair enough. I have a Samsung Z Fold 3. It was nice while I was sick and stuck in bed. I've had a Pixel for a long time. They're harder to find because they're less popular. I had a Pixel 4C, I think? Or, no. No, I had a Pixel 2. That's what it was. I'm debating between the S24 and S25 Ultra. Oh. Probably gonna get a refurbished. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, I got mine refurbished and like 2 or 3 generations behind off Amazon, and it was like half the price or something. Ridiculous. For sure, now you could get them like even cheaper. Kind of crazy. And then, so this is a fold, right? So it's like, this is like a regular size phone. And then this is, and then when you open it up, it's like almost like a tablet. They have regular ones where when it's opened, it's like this, and then you close it and it's like half, which is kind of cool. Nice for if you don't have, you know, big pockets. All right, I need to go to the beach menu, maybe? Is that what this is? No. I always buy my phones unlocked, same. All right, what am I doing? I need to do this. All right. Because what? I have some of these credits, right? I have 300 and this is 300. Okay, which one? Which one is it in? One? Top? Come on. The back balloon? The back top or the back left or the back right? Which one? Left? This one? All right. Here we go. Please. Damn it. Okay, gambling. Okay, we wait for more thing. Actually, should I just go for it? Or should wait? I wanted to ask you guys' opinion on other things. Let's go to the store. So, should I get... What is it? Should I get this Emma skin? Is this worth it? I've been saving all my credits, but the Hulk skins never come, and when they do, they're bad. So, do that. You can buy unlimited data for 7 days? Really? That's nice. I really love Pirate Emma, Gala Emma, and the new swimsuit Emma. Okay. Alright, I'll do it. Why not? I wanted it when it first came out, and I wasn't able to get it, so... Which of these do I not really care? Very nice. Now, I have one more question, and then we can get into VOD reviews. Edit. Pirate Emma. Bueno. Okay, now it turns out I have one of these coins. What should I get? I was thinking maybe... What was I leaning towards? Maybe this Psylocke skin. That one's pretty good. Maybe this Iron Fist skin. Who else? Maybe the Magic skin. The Magic skin's pretty good. Maybe the Punisher skin. I like this one. Superior Iron Man would also be good. I think that those are all the ones that I would actually be interested in. The shepherd's pie is ready? Alright, good. Have a good one, Jake. Bad to mediocre Emma skins? Yeah, they did. People buy them through their cell phone carriers because they usually come up with either discounts or perks bundled. Yeah, and it's also like easy. You already have the thing. I cannot stand. Like now it's just like, oh, I'm going to buy it off Amazon. Refurbished, unlocked, ready to go, and just do the stuff myself. I value the flexibility. I do too. Depends on who you play. If you like Magic, Punisher, or Iron Man, there's also some really great. I don't play Magic, Iron Man, or Punisher too much. I don't play any of these characters. I don't play any of them. That's the thing. I just have the coin, and I feel like I should probably use it, right? I'm not going to get 100 units. That's a waste. I guess I could look up who I have the most hours. Well, it's Iron Fist. I have the most hours on Iron Fist. Is this skin good, though? Not bad. I feel like if I stalked your ranked game and saw you playing Punisher, I'd call an ambulance. I have won a few ranked games in the past by swapping to Punisher just to like track down a flyer. It's happened. It's not unheard of. I'm not a fan of the man bun for this Bucky. The Strange skin? Like a bit too much for me. I also really like the Strange skin I'm using. And then you said Gladiator cap. Let's look at that one. I don't think I'd ever use this. Can you watch the MVP animation for Revolution, Bucky? I think you have to go to Bucky's page, right? Cosmetics, MVP. Which one's Revolution? This one? Yeah, this one's goofy. Oh, man. What game? Is there anything else? Fishing. Gotta do fishing. But let's get started with a VOD review. I don't think I can delay any longer. I think enough people are here. Ooh. Dang, Jake, that shepherd's pie looks amazing. All right. Let's do a Thor VOD review. Who's ready? I don't think the exchange gets you the MVPs anyway. Yeah, it's just a skin. It almost makes you want the skin. That's so goofy. Alright, should be this person. Right? Player 3. Yeah, player 3. Here we are. Yeah, that's why I have the Hulk skin, but I don't have the Hulk MVP. A friend of mine got mad at me one time for it. I thought it was really funny. Let's do it. Here we go. Imagine Bucky just violates you the entire game, then you're forced to watch him lose steel on you. Oh, man. What's up, Firelord? How's it going? Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We have a GM3 Thor VOD to review today. Said, I know we're not on point a lot of the game, but is that my job? I feel like it's my job to make space. I'm not sure that quite worked out here. Short and simple, let's go and see where it is. Because really that's a too broad of a question to answer generally. So let's just see the specifics. So I don't like this. We are missing out on stuff. Damn! Okay, you got the combos down. That kill. Alright, let's zoom out and see what happened here. Let's go watch this from the top. Normally what happens on this map, and I know Thor is kind of a weird off-tank, main tank hybrid, more on the off-tank side, but generally your main tank is going to be over here, and since you have a Venom on your team, you are kind of taking up the main tank role. So if we watch from this top side here, we're probably going to watch people walk right through, if I had to guess. But let's see if there's anything we could have done. So, yep, here we go. We have an Emma walking right through main and getting direct access to the back line. Not really what you want. And I know, again, you're an off tank, but we also have to synergize with our Venom, right? So because our Venom's over here, I think it's better to leave this side unchecked. This side, you have a lot more cover. Your team has a lot more cover from, you can retreat into here, right? If you're supporting, they can retreat back to here and here. If the enemy comes from this side, those options are a lot harder to get to. So pay attention to your other tank. I would hold this side first. So because of that, Emma just walks in free, pushes the supports back, and then the supports can't help out over here. And there goes Spidey. And now they have a solid area control here, right? So we gave up all the left side space in favor for the right side, but I would say the left side space is more valuable. Oh, not great there. You do a good job of backing up when you need to. Now we're probably calling like the fight's kind of lost because we're down 1. Don't like this. This is really bad. So I always say to use the health bar as a tool, right? And what you do great here, you're noticing your health bar is going down and it's not going up, right? It's barely going up if it is going up at all. And so it's like, oh, I have to get out, right? We respect it, we use it as a tool. But then once we get to here, we don't pay attention anymore that it's going up. I would have stayed right here and tried to help and give your support some ult charge, right? Maybe right here, because you're around the corner, right? Now they can heal you, they get their ult charge, and you get full healed. Instead, we turn the corner, they can no longer heal us. Now they're chasing us, and they don't get ult charge. And then we still go in with half health. Right? So anytime you have an opportunity to give your support some ult charge, I think that's great. Especially on a character like Thor. Hulk can do this. Venom can do this sometimes. And then, of course, all the main tanks, right? So we have Groot, Emma. That's kind of off. Sorry. Good Lord. Groot, Mag, Strange, kind of Emma. Characters like that. Oh, that's just a kill. Nice. Get the kill. Get the kill. Get the kill. Oh, don't chase. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Let it go. Oh. Okay. So you're in low GM right now. A mistake like this in high GM and even higher, like Celestial, you'll definitely die for doing this. So what's up, Random? How's it going? So the way you want to think about this is you want to think about space, right? This area is solidly your space. This area is solidly their space. The reason why we wanted to kill the Star-Lord is because he was in our territory, right? He was over here. You can attack him without much repercussions. Once he gets like out of this area, especially if this door is open, like if this door is open, it stops here. Since this was closed, you could probably chase to like here, but then you can't go any farther, right? This is the concept of the line. The line is a line on the map that if you cross it, you're very likely to die. And if you're playing against really good people, like if you assume the people you're playing against are really, really, really good, like they're a full rank above you, like not a division, a full rank, then they will kill you, right?
I am barely wounded.
Sure, those are bad guys.
Okay. Now the situation's changed slightly. We have a Groot instead of a Venom. All right, this is bad target priority here. So if you look, watch this Emma, okay? Emma's just chilling here. She has 600 health. You hit her with like almost everything. And you do... If you include the damage other people do and the healing she got, you did 350 damage, right? Now, if you did that same damage to the Cloak, who was standing right there in like the same spot, right? Cloak standing right here. You easily could have hit her as well. That just kills her. Not only does it kill her, but also what's most likely to happen, and let me bring up my markers. What's most likely to happen is you have this wall here, right? And so she was standing here, you do some damage, and what she's gonna be forced to do is either die, if she's bad, or back up to here, right? And so what is this called? This is called making space and putting pressure. So now, because the Cloak has backed up to here, and she can't turn the corner, first of all, she's still gonna be getting hit by the Groot, so there's a chance she could die. And then she's gonna feel that pressure, and now, her line of sight is limited, right? Because if we step up to like here, she can see all of this to all of this, right? This is all in her line of sight. But if you push her back to here, now all of a sudden her line of sight is cut off to this. And you see how the blue area is like significantly smaller? Now what that does is that limits the Emma from walking past this line, right? So in the previous scenario, right, in the red area where she is right now, Emma can walk all the way into this spot. Here, let's use green for Emma. Emma can literally walk all the way into this spot where she can attack both of your supports and you and still get healing from the Cloak. Versus where she can stand here. And now her beam is only going to go like, I don't know, far. So she can kind of attack them. But that's kind of how space is created. And then it's a combination of standing in the right positions and attacking the right targets and putting out that pressure. So here, don't shoot the tanks. They have all the tools to deal with you shooting the tanks. And look at the opposite is happening right now. Watch their Thor, right? Their Thor is ignoring you and shooting the supports. Your supports backed up, and because they backed up, you have to back up and take cover. And here they go. Look at that. See? It doesn't kill the cloak, but the cloak gets to like 1. Now the cloak is taking up the bubble resource and the shield. I think your Invis doesn't have shield anymore, right? Because it broke. So like that is so much pressure that they're putting out that you're missing out on. Now you guys should be able to do stuff. Root went in and killed the support. W key, nice. Good awareness. Don't bully the Thor though. Here's another way to think about it. Is in this scenario, right, you guys only have so much time. So let's back up a little bit. Right to here, okay? And boom. Luna died. So now you guys have about 12, maybe 13 seconds of a 5v6 scenario, right? You guys have 6 players. They only have 5. The Luna will respawn, and the Luna will make it back at some point, right? So you only have about 12 seconds. Think about how much time it takes to kill an Emma or a Thor versus killing the other Cloak or a Daredevil or a Star-Lord, right? So you want to take the amount of time that you have and get the most out of it. Now, you don't want to give up everything for that, right? Like, so if you go and just dive this Cloak, and your supports aren't in a good position, then they can die and equalize the fight. So don't just give up everything, but that's the general idea. So that's why I actually really like this, because you're pulling the Daredevil off of your support. This is great. It's a little late, but you peel them off and you get the kill, so it's fine. Ace? You have good mechanics, for sure. You know your Thor combos, you're hitting stuff. That's great. Those are the hard things to actually get. Okay. They're down to support. W key. Okay, I'm not sure if we noticed they're down to support. Like, it doesn't matter. You're fine. Okay, now we're down to DPS, but they're down to tank. Back out. Oh, just kill her. Bro, I'd solo ult her here. Okay, there you go. We take those. Okay, this is a weird game. I don't like this ult because here you guys kind of are at a disadvantage, right? They have a support ult going on. They have a DPS ult going on. Your team, we have a support ult going on, but we're a bit more split. Let's say this is half a second earlier, right? So basically what I'm trying to say is this fight right here is up in the air when the Luna's still alive. Like, this is an up in the air fight. Either team can win this. It's a scramble, right? We're down a DP or a BP, and they're down their Thor. So it's a scramble. So that's why I'm saying, like, oh, you probably could have ulted here if you aren't confident in your ability to secure the kill, or just killing the Luna. That's great. You did a great job. But here, now you've already killed the Luna. The support ult's over. You guys matched your own support ult. We're getting control. Now, I would say this is a fight heavily in green team's favor, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus, you guys have a ton of ult. You have a ton of ults, and you killed one of their supports. Both of your guys' supports are still alive. So that's a huge advantage for green team. So because of all of that, this is not a well-timed ult. What you want to do with ult is you want to take a fight that is that your team is at a slight disadvantage, ult, and then that turns it from a slight disadvantage into an advantage, right? you flip the script. You make it to where we were going to use this fight, but because of my ult, now we're going to win it. Instead of, now you're at an advantage, and then you use your ult, and then you just stay at an advantage because you already had the advantage of the fight, right? Also, again, target priority. Look how much we did to this Emma, right? Just did, through diamond form, it did 330 damage, right? That's enough to kill a Cloak. That's enough to kill a Star-Lord. I know those characters are harder to hit with Thor's ult, so it's not perfect, but just to make the example out of it. If you can hit those characters, that's what I would go for. That's a terrible Spidey ult. This I really don't like. Once again, we could be poking right now. Thor can kind of poke a little bit, you know, sit on the corner and start throwing lightning bolts. I would do it down here, and there's 3 targets just perfectly lined up. You get your own ult charge, and you're also going to be taking poke damage, right? They have a Punisher, and then what Luna and Cloak can both shoot at you. So you'll be taking damage, which feeds your support ults, right? Just standing around and like this is not good. You're not really accomplishing anything. The only time you want to actually do this is if you're going for a realistic kidnap and you're hiding in a right spot like a Wolverine, which this scenario just doesn't really call for it. So I'd be up here poking down potentially. I'd be right here on this corner poking out, stuff like that. You want to avoid this type of downtime. Indeed. Okay. Go in. Go in. You're up 2. Okay. Just show you something. So whenever somebody dies, you can have a sound. So go to settings, audio, combat mix, and then go to KO sound cue. These are off by default. If you turn them on, you'll be much more likely to notice when you guys get kills and when your team dies. And this game is all about momentum and taking advantage, right? So we have a huge advantage. What would happen in like eternity level here is the microsecond that the advantage is in your team's favor, all 6 of the people on your team will literally W key. W key directly towards the first person they see and all the way into spawn. Every single time. Would have made an incredible guesser, right? Yeah, I think it would have. Okay, so our BP traded. That is a... Okay. Terrible Daredevil. What was that? Okay, that's a little better. I think you're in the wrong position to do it. I still would say the position to do that would be here. Right here, you have cover, right? You could just step this way and then none of these people would shoot you. And then you also have a direct angle to all of them. And then you'll put pressure on the Emma to maybe use her shield or her diamond form if she's really bad to walk forward. And then you'll force out maybe the invis to use some of her pressure, right? And you do that as they're walking. You make them feel this pressure here. And then you just back up to here, right? And then you're fine. Up here, it's really easy to get cut off from your supports. If red team is smart here, they would take this Emma would literally just walk forward as soon as the supports are allowed to get close, and we just W key this way, and then there won't be anything you can do to stop them. If anything, that's where your group should be, but since he's not there, it's on you. Okay. Back out, back out. They have... Okay, now you can go in. Good. Now who's your target here? Cloak. Good. I'm pretty sure that Thor can't do anything to Star-Lord ult. Especially because you already used Awaken form. So this is probably the right call. Alright, this is something that's not going to work later. So let's split this into two things, okay? So high level elo, you need to die or get out here. Go out in a blaze of glory, which is what I thought you were kind of doing. When you were like, okay, I'm not going to make it out. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to pick a support, and I'm going to try to kill them as fast as possible. And that way they are forced to deal with me and kill me, so I respawn with my team. And I might even get the kill. Now, you actually get away with it because you're in low GM, and the people on the enemy team are also low GM. So what I'll say is keep doing this until you get punished for it. If you get punished for it, you need to stop and then change, okay? But yeah, like, if you get away with it, go for it. Objectively, this is not going to work, though. This is like... Enemy team is just playing terribly. Good lord. Ah, that's Wolverine. Okay. Actually, need to look at something. Okay. Couldn't remember how long the kidnap cooldown was. 11 seconds. Now we know. Taser, the more this goes on, the more you're absolutely being proven correctly. This would have been a great guess to rank. Man, like, nobody's playing together. It's all just people running around doing whatever. Like, what is this Emma ult? She's completely by herself. She should just get killed. What is this? And it worked! What? Okay, nice. Oh my Lanta. Brother, what? Bro, what is this game? What is this? I don't even know how to coach this. This is crazy. This is just chaos. Okay, so in a game like this where things are just breaking down, right? Normally, here, let's do holy, okay. All right. So normally, right, you have the attacking team's tanks, and then you have the attacking team's supports, and then you have the defending team's tanks and the defending team's supports, right? And then you have some like off-anglers over here, and over here, right? And there's this like push and pull in between these two. It kind of goes back and forth like this. That's like normally, that's what I've been talking about this whole time. This is how you appreciate and do things. When you're in a game like this, which I think happens more often with characters like Thor, they kind of thrive in situations like this. What I want you to do is just pick the right targets, play your own life, and literally just like go for kills, because you might just be able to get it in a situation like before, where we have it set up where you have a front line, a back line, and off anglers and things like that. If you just go for kills, you're going to get yourself out of position. You're going to get punished for it. In a situation like this, you're not getting punished for it. So just hunt people down as safely as you can possibly be. Now, to do that, you need to be aware of a couple things that counter you specifically, right? So Thor's weaknesses, his movement is very bursty, so he can't go very far. So characters can outrange you, right? So poke in long areas. So you want to hold these corners, which you did a great job of earlier, right? So you circled around stuff like this. You cut off lines of sight very early. That was great. The other thing you need to be aware of is CC, right? So Emma grab, Wolverine kidnaps, Angela kidnaps, Luna freeze. Things that hold you in position where you can't use your bursty movement to get around a corner. So with that said, there's a lot of times, and like this goes for pretty much any tank whenever there's a Wolverine in the game, it's like, okay, find the Wolverine. Wolverine's right there. I need to be on the other side. Wolverine's over here, right? I need to be like over here or over here. And then just keep him in mind. Okay, he's moving this way. I need to go this way. And you just keep him on opposite sides so this can't happen. Yes, low GM console. Right? Feel like the mirror dimension to look at. Yeah, it's so goofy. Not to say games like this don't happen on PC. They do. Okay, there's the Wolverine. Oh, W key. Nice. Let's go. Huge. Stop attacking the Emma. There you go. Good. Nice. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, this is just a respect thing. Earlier, you respected the Star-Lord ult. You heard it and you backed out, right? There are things that you just have to give up, right? The second this Star-Lord ults, it's like, all right, I gotta get out. Can't force things. Star-Lord ult, Punisher ult, sometimes Emma ult, depending on the situation for Thor, can be pretty deadly. Scarlet Witch ult, most likely you're gonna have to respect it, assuming, you know, decent team play. Scarlet Witch gets a bubble, stuff like that. Could also even be some port ults. You just have to respect those. That's true. Yeah, we usually see losses from console, and like people who are asking for help because they don't know what happened in this game. And then we watch it back and we're like, bro, I don't know what's happening in this game. Everybody's just playing 1v1s. This is just team deathmatch. Nice. Excellent. Okay, get out. Respect it. Good. I loved this. This was great. So here, I was going to pause it and call it out, but you did it immediately, right? So you're looking for... We're kind of playing the team deathmatch game. We're just experiencing... or We're giving into the chaos, which is fine. Like, sometimes you got to. And we see this, right? The cloak. We know the cloak used the fade. We pick up on it immediately. She's half health. We dive in. Try to get the kill. Force the Luna ult, but now that Luna is ulting, we have to respect it. So we just get out. That was just a fantastic exercise. So good. Okay, now go into the... Good. Stay away from Wolverine. Yeah. Yeah, are they still on triple? Yeah, this is one of the weaknesses of Thor, right? Exactly what we were talking about. He's kind of bursty, but he can't go long distances. So because this support ult is active, your only real options are to try to fight somebody over here to keep them out of the support ult, right? Because this whole area is going to be, you're not going to be able to get a kill. So sometimes you can find a straggler, you can force him back and kill him. We try that, he makes it back. The second he makes it back, your only two options are to go in and die early, to regroup with your team, which I wouldn't recommend because it looks like your team went out, or to go along the side path, and if they want to fight you, they got to leave their area, right? And then you can retreat back along here. You'll take some poke damage. You can even go this way and just get out. I think we're too bloodthirsty here. Oh, and now our support ults. That's unfortunate. You don't go in. Good. Don't go in. Don't. I mean, yeah, you can go in. Shouldn't. Again, these are things that are like objectively shouldn't happen, but this is part of playing like low elo chaos, right? Your Venom makes a really dumb play, but because the other team is bad, it kind of works out. So now just go in and get the kill. Nice. Respect it? No, 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 just kill him. Good. This is a goofy, goofy game. All right, let's see how we approach attack. How are you going to close the distance? That's the Thor question. Oh, they already don't have diamond form. That's great. You got 15 seconds. Okay. What? Okay. Let's break down dive. I think this would be a good time to do this, just to make sure, because we have a huge dive comp right now. Okay. So what is the goal of dive? Right? The goal of dive is not to kill supports. The goal of dive is to get the supports to stop healing and then kill whoever they're not healing, right? Most of the time in that scenario we broke down earlier, the goal of dive is to distract the supports long enough to where the front line of your team can kill the main tanks of the other team. That's the goal. Now, one way to accomplish that is to kill the supports, right? Because if you kill them, you have like 15 seconds of them respawning, and then they're not healing during that time. So with that goal in mind, and since you are now, again, kind of taking up the main tank role, you're playing on the main tank spot, when you see this, when you see an entire team turned around to deal with one flanker, one diver, you need to immediately start putting pressure. And like, this even would be a decent enough time to shoot the Emma, but since you have access to Invisible Woman here and Cloak here who are being damaged, like just start pushing. Like start throwing out, go immediately into Awakening form, because what you're going to do is you're going to add to the chaos. Because this person, this Invis, was looking this way. And then, oh, Spidey behind. Now we're looking this way and we're healing this. And then now they're taking damage from the right. So they're taking damage from behind them and the right. And then as they're doing that, this Venom's going to dive in and it's just going to cause chaos. And that support is going to melt down. It's going to happen. So you put the maximum pressure on them. But instead we wait, and now the moment's gone, right? Now these people are regrouped. Emma's back to the front. Strange is back to holding the front. Star-Lord's helping out, and these people have regained composure. Now, it's going to happen again. And then instead of taking advantage over here, we just fight a 1v1, right? So this is how the dynamic changes. If you're playing... I mean, this might work out, but again, like, it'd be better to shoot these people if you can. And then you force the Emma to peel. Because you have a half-health Cloak, and you have a half-health Invis. And then, yeah, that's what I would do here. But instead, we fight the character that has the most tools on the enemy team to deal with our pressure. The second you fight a squishy, they just explode. Nice. Good. Okay, stand in front of your supports and walk forward. Kill the Invis. I don't care about this. It's actually better to leave the Strange. Go kill the Invis first and make the Strange die last, because then they can't portal. The longer you delay the Strange, the better that one is. Heard it described that the core strength of dive conceptually is in surrounding the enemy and giving them no common idea where they should be effective. I can see that. So this is the mistake we made earlier, by the way, of not tracking the enemy CC, right? So Emma grab, Wolverine kidnap, Angela kidnap, things like that. Good. Is there any particular reason we're targeting the Daredevil here? Because like there's a Cloak and an Invis who are being attacked. Looks like and then we zero in on the Daredevil. I'm not sure why. I'm trying to get into your head and understand like what it is. It could just be tunnel vision. Like, that's why I checked the scoreboard, because if the Daredevil is the problem, then I could understand it, right? Like if everybody on your team is like, man, that Daredevil is just giving me problems, then I'd understand. According to the scoreboard, it's not, but I don't know. Could be that.
Sure those are bad guys.
Also, this is just way too much downtime. You have full health, and your team has an advantageous situation. So I would be regrouping with your team. Maybe push the Emma into your spawn, try to get a kill. Maybe push the Thor or the Strange out. Or you could jump in with Spidey and start doing damage, but you're just kind of chilling. Not sure. One. Good use of health packs. You're doing that great. There we go. And the second you start making progress. Oh man, you pick the right target and you make so much progress. This is a terrible Emma ult. Just go to spawn. Just literally walk to spawn. Or do that. That's fine. I don't mind that either. Punish him. Ace. Great. That's a terrible Venom ult. Okay. Alright, W key. Don't be on point. Good. I like this. Just a tiny, like, micro tip. If you ever see a shield that's left out somewhere, so, Emma shield, Invis shield, and I think there's probably, like, one other, just shoot it while you're walking by. Because if you break this, that's a couple more seconds that Invis doesn't have it. Right? Because then she wouldn't have had it for this, and that's 60 extra health that the Star-Lord had. I don't like this. I don't like this. So the way the point works is it goes a set speed, and then once you get one person on it, it goes pretty significantly faster. Then once you get two people on it, it doesn't speed up as much. And then once you get the third person, it like barely speeds up at all. So yeah, you should not be on cart here. If the only person who should actually realistically be on cart in this scenario is probably either White Fox or BP. Maybe even Spidey, honestly. You guys need to be up here holding this choke here. That's what I picked up on Caesar, which I thought was a great play. Three on card is just so bad. Okay, you guys get the kill. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, okay. If you get away with it, then by all means. Oh, oh, oh. Almost. All right. Bro, what is the enemy team doing? This is confusion. I'm so confused. Okay, respect, get out. Good. All right. Back to Star-Lord ult. Okay, now you're walking the wrong way, though. I like that you got out, right? They had a support ult. You guys, yours ended. Now they have this. That's great that you got out, but now we got to go this way. We got to regroup. It's regroup time. Again, like if you do this in high elo, you're just going to get killed. And then you're going to stagger even harder.
Fast! Grace us with victory! Awaken the rage of battle!
You sure those are bad guys?
That sucks. I mean, you're giving into the chaos strategy. So. Again, Nice. Oh, nice. This is so goofy, man. I'll take things that shouldn't happen for 300, please. This is what's normally going to happen, right? So now we died. Our team is completely split. And the Invis is back. Like, that doesn't really accomplish anything, right? We killed the Invis, but our team didn't get any value out of it. Like, we got a number on the stat board, but that doesn't mean anything. If anything, we got negative value because since we're kind of in the main tank role here, you have to think of these supports as like ducklings, right? They want to follow the main tank, and so they have an anchor and understand where they're supposed to stand. Supports don't really generally think about things like that. They offload that thinking onto the tank. And so when they do this, they're literally walking the wrong way and they have no idea what's going on. Their brain is like, I probably should be over here. That's why they walk this way, but I can't really get up to there and I need to be healing people. So now I'm in this like no man's land. At least now I found my other support. Oh, hang on. Now there's a tank. Now I know where to stand. And now they're confident, right? So you can play to this advantage as a tank and understand that if you set up correctly and you're like, all right, supports, we're going this way. And you stand here and you wait for them. And then they're like, yes, mama duck, let's go. And then you guide them into the way. If you're off doing other things, like they will be confused. Now, let's change the situation. Let's say instead of this Venom, you have a Magneto who is on main. Now all bets are off because Magneto is now the duckling, the mother duck, right? And Magneto can do that thing, and then you can go off and be crazy. Just make sure your time is correct. What's up, Pika? How's it going?
Only 60 seconds left.
Our adversaries gathering.
Duh.
I am easily wounded.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Caesar. All right, you guys are at a huge disadvantage, so I would either die or get out here. Oh, you're looking for an aggressive ult. Yeah, just to make the point here, let's watch this. Okay, from this perspective, so our White Fox is dead, even though she's T-posing. Our BP is dead, even though they're T-posing, and our Spidey is dead, wherever he's T-posing. So we're down 3. The enemy team has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. So this is a 5v3. And the enemy team is all grouped up. So we are at a huge disadvantage here. The ideal scenario right here is all 3 of us just back up to spawn, regroup with our team, and then attack. Okay? So that's what should happen. Now, because that's not going to happen, watch what does happen. Your cloak, instead of backing up to safety, now walks into the fray. Okay? Because this is where the tanks are. And they feel some sort of comfort. Even though you guys are down 2 people, right? Essentially. They still feel comfort when they really shouldn't. Now both tanks abandon her. And look where she's at because she's trying to help you. Because she's trying to help you, now Star-Lord has her out in the open, easy to kill. Now she has to use Bubble, and the Star-Lord's bad, so he doesn't immediately punish this. Right? So that's just like a tiny example of like what your positioning does to your team. It makes them make that bad decision. We just randomly get the kill, which is fine, I guess. Let's see. So again, we choose bad pathing. Our Cloak gets left out in the open, and she tries to help you. Cloak is trying to help you, but in order to get there, she had to follow you. And that puts her literally right in this person's pathing. We have to portal? No portal. Okay. So, as a recap, the number 1 thing I would say is target priority. And then number 2 is pay attention to your other tank and what they're doing. because Thor is kind of a jack of all trades, right? Thor can dive, Thor can peel, Thor can frontline. He can kind of do it all. So the way you decide what you need to do is by paying attention to your other tank, paying attention to the enemy team and your supports, and pick the correct one for the situation. So when you had the Venom, it was like, I need to be more of a main tank. And I can, the way Thor main tanks, you know, we dodge in between cover, and we pick our spots carefully, and then we go crazy and we bully people on the front line, right? You're kidnapping the enemy Stranger than Magneto, constantly pushing them out of position. You're bullying them with your Awaken form with your Thunderbolts, and you're throwing those Thunderbolts into the backline from a distance, right? So that would have been the situation here. When you had a Groot who was frontlining, then you can be more divey. You can go take those flank routes. You can afford to do those things. So that would be the main things. And then, of course, there's a couple like micro things we picked out here and there. So anyway, that's it for this VOD review. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. God bless. Catch you next time. Bye. Supports making dumb decisions isn't on you as a tank, but we should be trying to do everything to lead our supports into making dumb. Absolutely. 100%. All right, what should we call this one? Was a GM Thor. I don't know what it is, but I feel like with Thor, like every single Thor VOD review we've done has been in GM. No? Is that just me? Yes, an Eternity Cloak wouldn't fade up there into no man's land and instantly explode, but a low GM Cloak also wouldn't have done that if we weren't trying to follow our lead. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Lightning form in lower rank, you can literally just kill everything and not get punished for it ever. But in GM, you start getting punished. In player? Alright, yeah, that works. I'm down. Thank you, Caesar. Alright. So then when they get to those higher ranks, it's like... the thing stops working. I learned Thor on a fresh account, so I had to grind up from the bottom. And man, you learn horrible habits playing Thor on a low rank. Yeah, I'm sure. All right, let's check out. Let's check out Rivals College. Somebody is asking, how do you kill a cloak and dagger? Okay. Oh boy. Okay, Plat, how to improve general strategist gameplay on Xbox. GM hard stuck Diamond 1 GM 3. How do what should I do better to climb as Cap? Ooh, that could be good. You guys want to do Cap? Do we want to do Plat strategist? We want to do, I don't know what that one is. Magic Diamond 3 GM 2 Rogue. Cap mood? My Cap's been schmoovin'? Alright, we can do Cap. I'm down. Nobody's responded yet. Let's see what we got here. I also just put a VOD review on the Discord if you want to check it out. It's just an Emma checkout. An avatar? Sure. Yeah, we can do that next if I have time. I might not have time and we might have to do it on Sunday. Yeah, this should work. Dang. Only 4 deaths. Wait, did I see that right? Was that 20 deaths? Hold up, what? 32 and 20. That's... Wow. All right. Here we are. This game is 20 minutes. It's even worse because it starts at like 3 minutes. So that's 17 minutes. Plus there's a whole minute of counting up in here, right? So this from here. So it's literally a 15-minute game. 15 minutes of gameplay. They died 20 times. Holy. All right. Ooh, good song. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We have another VOD review. This is GM3 Diamond 1 Captain America. Hard stuck. Since Season 1, I have never been able to get past GM3. I always feel like I'm not understanding something every time I climb to low GM. I have stopped flexing and have been trying to only play tank, mostly cap, sometimes mag or thing. I feel like I misuse my ult a lot defensively. Give me some advice and good cap players to watch. I have been watching Japanese Curry and TRSQTME. Okay. Japanese Curry is obviously amazing. That person's also amazing. The problem with watching the best of the best of the best is it's not transferable directly to lower elo. So, with that being said, hopefully I can illuminate some of the bigger concepts and explain things to where you can actually apply it to your game. That's what I will attempt to do here. However, something that I would recommend just moving forward, one thing you can do is go to, what is it, Rivals Meta? Rivalsmeta.com, okay? Go to characters and then pick whichever one you're learning, right? So if you're learning Cap, pick Captain America. Then go to leaderboard. And I want you to just scroll down. So if you're in GM3, pick like Celestial 3 or High GM. So pick like one rank above you. Not one division, one rank, one full rank. And then watch a game there and see what they do. Watch a win there. And then move up one more, right? And then you can kind of compare and see because the game flow is completely different at the top of the top of the top. Now with that said, let's dive in and see any mistakes we're doing and see if there's like some conceptual errors.
Stop them from securing the mission area.
Okay, already I don't like this. This is too much downtime. Captain America needs a very high uptime. His ult takes a long time to get. So if you just look at the passive ult gain, you have almost the least on your team, only lowered by Gambit. So what I like to do is I like to stand here at the very beginning sometimes, and then I immediately toss my shield out and then get all the way out to here, right? That gives you some ult charge. Then the second my team is engaged, I'm probably over here somewhere, and at the very least, I'm denying this area from being taken. So I probably would have attacked the rogue a little bit. If I get ignored like this, let's say the rogue walked this way. So instead of the rogue being here, the rogue's like over there. I probably would have started to attack this invis already. At the very least, from a distance, right? Just throwing the shield out there and just getting a little bit of ult charge and making them feel my presence. You don't want to feed too much, which I think you, judging by the stats at the end of the game, I don't think you feed enough. So because of this, what we're doing here, until the rogue jumped up to us. So if we back up to here, right? Since the rogue isn't up here, our team is fighting 1, 2, 3-4, I guess, because of Rocket. 4v5, and then worst case scenario 6. So yeah, our team is fighting down a person this whole game so far. Now the rogue is attacking us, so we actually have a purpose, but that's not because we did anything good. There we go. Okay, now we're on the back line. Rogue chases down. That happens. Okay, we know the animation cancel a little bit, which is good. Go in. That's so funny, Caesar. All right. Yeah, this is all an inability to decide when to go in and when to not go in. So let's break down when to go in and when to not go in. A couple of things to start with. First is use your health bar as a tool. Okay, right here, your health bar's not going down. Granted, there's a rogue in your face, but if your health bar was like taking chunks, you need to get out immediately. If your health bar is going down and then back up and then down and then back up, you can kind of fight a little bit. If it's not going down at all, there's no reason to get out, right? So use your tool, use your health bar as a tool to help gauge if I need to get out or not. Now let's go in and find the next spot to where when should we go in, right? So a good time to go in is when your team is fully engaged and their team is fully engaged, okay? Most of the time you'll be standing up at a high ground or off to the side, which we see in a second here. Right around here. Okay. So our team is fully engaged, right? Rogue is in our back line. Strange is on the side here. Magneto's taking pressure. Our team is fully engaged. And their team is fully engaged. Nobody is walking off to the side. So this is an excellent time to go in and start taking pressure, okay? What this is going to do is right now, let's bring up my markers. Right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemy attackers all looking down this corridor right here. From here to here. So we have all of this pressure being funneled into this tiny little area. All on these people, right? That's a lot. So what you do as Captain America, one of the most valuable things you can do is at the right time when your team is engaged, you attack here. And what this does is this opens up what I call a pressure relief valve. So you're going to be attacking this, I think this is Invis. And the Invis is going to, at the very, very, very least, have to move. And their pressure, instead of being this like full red line, it's going to be like a half red, like dashed line. It's less, right? Because they're not hitting as much as their shots. They're moving around. They can't line up everything correctly. At best case scenario, this Invis is going to stop healing this way and instead look this way, okay? And then best case scenario is that gets the other support to also look this way, right? So now, instead of having 5 people staring down into this tiny hallway, now we have 3. Right? So we take the 1v2, and since we're Captain America, we can survive that. The enemy team now has 3 up here, and we should have 4 or 5, right? So that puts us at a numbers advantage. But, unfortunately, we wait that time out. Now our Hela is dead, and they have a huge advantage. Now we go in, and now they have 4v1. And they could just literally turn around and force us out immediately, right? So because we don't know the proper, like all of the reasons for why we engage and win, that is what is like really holding us back. So far, at least. The existence of a white fox probably will make our life more difficult. Yeah. Here, I mean, I would portal here if this was me. Portal is insanely useful, and it's not done enough at any rank. Yeah, first to die portals. Doesn't matter if you're support, tank, or DPS. You die first, you portal. Kill her! Ah, what are you doing? Okay, let's talk about two things here. Let's talk about the 1v1 for Invis. Whenever you're fighting an Invis as Captain America, one of the most important things is it changes your shield throw timing, which you have bound to E. This changes your E timing. With most characters, you know, and we can just hop over to the practice range real quick, and I can show you two quick things. So the way you normally get in as Captain America, it's pretty flow charty, right? You just work down the flow chart. This is Hulk. So you start like this most of the time, either from the side or up here. And you start with your shield throw, which you have on E, I'm on F, right? Like that. Then you do your diving strike, and then you go into doing damage, right? That's how it looks slow. But that's kind of your general flow chart. And if you time it correctly, that's what it should look like, ideally. So that's kind of how it normally works. Now, when you're fighting an invisible woman, she goes invisible. So you want to hold off on the shield throw until right after she jumps. So instead, you start with the shield bash, and then you start doing damage, and then she jumps, and then you immediately, you throw your shield, and it will bounce off the floor, and it will hit her usually like about here, and then it will keep her visible. Then you can dash and like chase her down and get the kill. Also, your shield throw is a great finisher because it's really easy to hit, right? Like if I'm doing these shield throws, it's a lot, like if I aim here, you're not going to hit. If I do the other one, it will hit. So that when you see like a half health support, just throw that shield, especially since it was invis. Like that's how you got to kill. The next thing that I haven't seen you do that you've probably seen Japanese Curry do, that you were doing the animation cancel, right? Where you quick melee. That's great. This is what you want to be doing all the time if you can. You want to do that as much as you can possibly get away with, right? So if I'm on this side and I'm using my health bar as a tool, I see my health bar isn't going down at all. I'm just going to keep wailing on people, right? Now I'm on this side. My health bar is kind of going down. Let's say this did a lot more damage, right? Now what you want to do is when you start taking damage and your health bar is going down, I want you to mix in these. You get 2 hits and then you jump and then you do these shield throws. It's so much easier to still get damage in, and you take way less damage. You keep yourself mobile. You give yourself access and easy ways out. And like, man, it's once you start weaving these in, it helps so much. So make sure you practice these. It's quite hard to aim. So I'd practice on the bots down below where you can actually get like moving Luna bots and stuff like that. But yeah, start doing that, and then we gotta have Killer Instinct. The next thing I want to talk about in this specific scenario is a concept called the line. Uh-oh. Ow, sorry. I had to sneeze really, really bad there. Okay. So there's a concept in these types of games called the line. And basically what you want to do, this mostly applies, it's easiest to see from a main tank's perspective. So like Magneto, Thing, or Strange, or Groot. And it's this concept of if I cross this line, I am very likely to die. If the enemy team is good and I cross that line, I'm guaranteed to die, right? On this map, because this is closed, I would draw the line right here, okay? The line is where if I cross this line, my supports can no longer see me. The enemy team can block me off with a Groot Wall, a Bucky Hook, or literally just an enemy tank. Look, this is a great example. The Strange actually crossed the line early, right? So the Magneto's trying to body block the Strange to where his supports can't see him anymore and he gets killed. Now he makes it over, but that's the concept of the line. When you're playing a dive tank, the line still exists. It just works slightly differently. And the factors that change it are different depending on the character. So Captain America and Hulk, you don't really want to go into areas that have a low ceiling and not many escape routes. So I'm glad that we stay over here, but this is a scary area for Captain America. This is much better. A lot of the ways Captain America gets out is he needs the height to be able to jump over people, because once he's in the air, your shield bash or your shield slam, where you slam the ground, this you can get farther distance and you can get over people. And then your shield bash, which you have bound to F, if you're up in the air, you can go above people to get out, right? If you're trapped in this hallway and you use it and somebody's standing right here, you're not going to go anywhere. You're literally going to bash into them and stop moving. So that's why you want to avoid things like that. So I'm glad we don't engage immediately, but since somebody's out here, like, this is good. The other thing to keep in mind is the space that you make as a dive tank, it's only usable if your team can walk into that space, right? So your team can't push this far because the enemy team spawn is right here. They can literally stand here, kill your team, and they can't take any damage. So this area right here is never going to be usable space. So I don't really recommend attacking here. On Captain America, I like to wait over here, sometimes up here, sometimes over here, because this area is punishable from our team's perspective. So that was a lot of information in a tiny little area. I hope it helps. But yeah, you see Invis like this, immediately the second she jumps, throw your E, it'll bounce here, it'll hit her here. It might even kill her. If not, she's not going to be invisible anymore, and you and Hela can get the kill. So let's see what we actually go in for. Yes, you did, Pika. We're doing a Captain America VOD. Been outside of LOS, it's important to remember who your supports are and where they can heal you from. In this case, if there's LOS, Rocket may be able to heal us when we're in the backline. Then Gambit can't. Absolutely. Okay, we try to get out. Nice. I don't mind this. Okay, now our team is dead, so we need to get all the way out here. Shield throw on the way out is pretty good. All the way out. All the way out. Alright, this is another good example of something that we want to avoid. So in lower elo, a lot of people think that staggers are caused by people just walking in 1v6. And yes, that does happen, but it's pretty rare. It's almost never the case that that's why people stagger. This right here is why people stagger, okay? So if we back up, we see our Gambit died first, right? Our Gambit died and gets rezzed. Then our Magneto dies. Then our Bucky dies. And then I think one more person dies, right? I think our Hela is about to die. All right. So we are fighting 3v6, I think. They're all here. So this is what's called a lost fight. Here you either need to die or get out. Now Captain America can pretty much always get out. He has the movements. He has the shield. Almost always you'll be able to make it back to spawn. Now, you're probably thinking like, well, I mean, the Strange was here. I'm fine here, right? The problem is because you're playing tank or even a DPS sometimes, these supports are good. So they see, oh, hey, look, it's 3 of us. Let's get this Strange. But that ignores the bigger problem of it's actually 3v6, right? And so if you're Captain America here, the best thing you can actually do is literally turn, run, and get to an actually safe place. If you stand here, now your supports have nothing to heal except for each other. And they are way more likely to just follow you and get out. Then instead of fighting this Strange and now a Magic and now a Rogue, and then the Rocket dies and the Gambit dies, instead all 3 of you would be right here. And then, boom, now we have a team fight again, right? And then again, like, this is in a pretty good scenario. Sometimes you will get supports who just don't understand it, don't get it, and they're going to die anyway. In which case, you still need to do the right thing, and you still need to get out. You give them the option. If they don't, just like Caesar said, it's not on us. So yeah, die or get out in a lost fight scenario.
Stop them! Better stop that vehicle!
Here, definitely, we're at 95. You need to just throw the shield in here, and then just get that last couple percent. All right. A couple of things here. Captain America's ult is one of the best ults in the game, but it's also one of the most difficult ones to get any value out of. Like, it's an insanely good ult, but it's very, 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 very difficult to use. So here, if we just talk about like things you can use Captain America's ult for, you can use it defensively like a support ult. You can use it offensively to start and engage. You can use it to stall. You can use it to secure kills and go for super deep dives. You can use it to help your supports get their ults faster. And like the list goes on and on and on. You can use it to literally just push people around and keep them off point. Picking the right thing to use it for is really useful. I don't mind using it to engage. Unfortunately, we also have Gambit ult, which is even better to engage with. But sometimes I use it to engage anyway, right? The thing is, if we're going to use it to engage, we need to understand that when you activate it, what it does is you leave Rainbow Road behind you, right? Rainbow Road, that's what this is. In order for this to be useful, there needs to be people who can walk on Rainbow Road, right? Everybody get to Rainbow Road. So the best way to use it if you're going to use it offensively like this is to stand in front of your team. And remember, Captain America runs faster than most people and uses his movement abilities. So like you need to be patient with it. So here, I'm going to ult like maybe here and then run in and let my team follow me with it. And then we all engage together. Now we're all getting bonus health. We're all getting the ult charge buff. We're all getting other things, right? So instead, we just kind of use it selfishly to try to get kills, which is not the greatest use. I mean, I'll do that sometimes, but it's pretty rare. Because, like, it's just so much better used the other way. Okay, now... Go. Oh, killer! Yeah, again, you gotta build that muscle memory. You see somebody who's, like, low, like, half health or lower, like this, just immediately throw that shield. Immediately E. It's so useful. You'll just randomly pick up kills all the time if you do that.
Coming through. These come in real handy.
Probably dead here? Okay. Okay, get out all the way. Same situation applies. Damn.
Better stop that vehicle! They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Oh, we're on thing. Interesting. Maybe for magic? Magic and rogue? I think you guys... Okay, you wanted specific cap advice. So we're going to jump over to where you're playing cap. We can do another thing one someday if you want. Yeah, let's just skip. A shot on thing. Alright, back to Captain America. That's Hulk. Ace. Good. Little bit too much downtime here. You want to try to be doing something if you have the health and the cooldowns. Oh, get the kill. Get out, get out, get out. There's one more tech I need to show you. It's a retreating shield dash. What's the game plan here? Good. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, let me break down the concept of dive, okay? So, the purpose of a dive is not to kill supports. I say this all the time, so I'm sorry to everybody in chat who's heard this. But the purpose of dive is not to kill a support. The purpose of dive is to get the supports to stop healing and then kill whoever they're not healing anymore, okay? Now, one way to accomplish that goal is to kill the supports. But it's an important distinction. If you kill the supports, they're gone for like 12 to 15 seconds, depending on how long it takes for them to walk back, right? But it's not the only way to do it. Now, right here, our team is almost ready, but it's like close enough, right? So we dive in, and what happens? These three people turn to look at us. The supports are no longer healing the front line, the Magneto and the Rogue. And so they start taking damage, and they're not getting healed. You see how the Rogue's health bar went all the way down to half before it started getting healed? And because of that, now she has to back up. That's why she's backing up here. Because she's backing up, now your team has space to move forward. Now, you got out a little too quickly for my taste. I understand you are taking a decent amount of damage. But that is exactly where that thing that I was talking about earlier that I showed you in the practice range, where you can jump up and you can do those shield throws. That is going to keep you in the fight for longer, to distract these people for longer, to give your team more time to take advantage of the space that you're actually making, right? So with that little change, you would give them more time, and then your team could take more space here. But that's the concept of it. That's how it works. It's great. Nice. The same thing actually happened here, I think, with Hulk, right? No. I was wrong. Kill? Go in? Good. Killer, what are you doing? Bro, what did you do? That one really hurts. That one really hurts. Oh, no, they're going to portal. Okay, your target here should be Gambit. Whenever you're a dive character... That looks so weird. Whenever you're a dive character and one support ults, you should immediately switch to the other support because they are next up for support ult. Now, the replay viewer makes it easy. So we see Cloak just ulted. She's only at 10. And Gambit's at 84. So if you target the other support, you're either going to force them to ult early because they would have died otherwise, or you're just going to kill them before they get their support ult out, which either way is a win for your team. Okay. Get her. Get her. There you go. No! Keep going. She already used Fade and a bubble. Don't ult. Please do not ult here. No. Okay. So if we go back a little bit and watch, let's break down why I don't want you to chase after this magic, okay? Now here, we've gotten the Cloak to use a lot of her abilities, okay? That's great. Also, if you keep bashing on this cloak, the cloak is going to have a harder time healing the magic while the magic is in ult, because some of the healing is going to hit Hugh, and then she's not going to be able to aim as well. So you can still get value out of attacking here. Now, if you had your ult, you could dash back, but not at the magic. You want to dash back to your team and Rainbow Road your team, right? That could work. But since you don't have your ult, the better thing to do here would still just be to bash on the cloak. Now, we try to peel, but Cap's just not very good at that. It's just not how he gets value. So instead, if we focused on like doing, like, you could attack the Bucky. Who got a kill? Where is that Bucky? You could attack the Bucky here. You could attack the cloak, the Gambit. You could be bashing on a tank just to get your ult quickly. All of those things would have gotten you greater value than chasing a magic around when you don't have ult. Now, we used the Gambit ult, but our Punisher died and our Invis died. I thought somebody else died, but I guess not. So we're at a pretty big disadvantage. We're down to, we killed the magic, but the Gambit's already back. So what this is doing is, again, it's just like that staggering thing. The fight was already lost, but you guys are like, no, we can win this fight. When really, even with an ult, you can't win this fight. Unless the enemy team really is that bad, which might happen sometimes. Cloak gets away. Now we use another ult. Wow, that cloak is terrible. Right? And if it works. The problem is, like, once you climb up, if you play against better players and better teams, they're going to punish you for mistakes like this. You're not going to get the value. And those are the games that you're going to lose. Oh, there's a Gambit there. Yeah, get him. So this is something I really don't like. There's a lot of these TikTok combo videos for Captain America where it's like, here's how to kill a 275 in 7 different ways and use all of your abilities. I don't like this. When you use both of your movement abilities, it can work. I'm not going to say to never do it. You've watched Japanese Curry. They do it sometimes too. But knowing the right situation to do it in takes a lot, and it's really easy to get punished. So be careful of this. Also, we have no idea what this Gambit was doing. If they had a second dash here, and we used both of our cooldowns here, they'd literally just dash away. Now what? Right? So you're getting a lot of value out of like the enemy team being bad. But at least we don't feed with it, so it's fine. Take that. An easy way to get up here, you can actually jump up to this statue and this statue on these front parts. Then you can jump to this one. This ledge is too high, but here to here, that's a little workaround for Captain America. The next thing is if you're jumping, you make less sound. I see you're trying to like make less sound by walking slow. You can also do that by jumping.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Oh.
Armed and dangerous.
Our target priority is just so whack. So one of the best things about Captain America is he is a flanker, but he's also a tank with a shield and a small hitbox. So in a situation like this, where our Hulk is ulting, he's going to be taking up so much attention and so much bullets that you can literally just run straight this way. And like any attention that you pull away from the Hulk means Hulk is going to have longer to do his thing. Or sometimes they'll just ignore you and you can literally run straight here. The important part about that is it allows you to get into the fight quicker instead of like a flank DPS that doesn't have 675 health, that can't run straight through the middle. Now, granted, remember what I said earlier about like low ceilings? Cap really doesn't like them. So if you're going to do this, you want to get through quickly and then try to fight over here if you can. Hello? Bro, what is this? What is this? Why is there a Phantom Captain America here? What? Bro, I've never seen anything like this. Look at his eyes. What is this? I'm sorry. I'm so captivated now. I've never seen like this model of Captain America. Why are his eyes glowing? Is this from old? And if you get close, he like disappears? Bro, that's goofy. Okay, I'm getting really distracted. Is it still there? That was weird.
Shields up. Disappear.
Nice, way to get back to your support ult. Good. There you go. Excellent. Now you can dash back to her. Now, yeah, get the kill. That was great. Nice. Good, 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 good. I need to catch up for
Hostile forces incoming.
Hello. That is not what you want to see. Oh, get out. Dire, get out. Don't go this way. Go under the bridge. Uh-oh. Oh, no. There's a health pack here.
These come in real handy.
But now you're split from your team. This can be really dangerous. I almost never recommend doing this. If you're going to get out, you want to get towards your spawn. You're also wasting so much time. Like, it would have been better to just die with your team than live. Because now, once again, we have the same problem as, like, the beginning of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And, like, I'm sure you've been in a game, like a quick play game or something, where somebody's DC'd. And it's like, you know, it's really hard to win a game when it's 5v6. Jeez. Yo, your Hulk going ham.
Again.
Help her. Help her. Okay, they have no support. You have no support. If you're amazing here, you'd kill the Bucky. But just stalling, I don't mind. Nice. That was a perfect engage.
Sorry, soldier.
Yeah, see, if you just knew that little thing right here, then you would have just dashed or thrown. You would have done your primary shield throws here, got her to jump, then you use the other one, and then you probably get the kill here. Oh, there she is. Nice. Okay, still got it. But yeah, once again, we're using our ult like it's Hulk ult or something. You're just using it to secure kills. It's not great. Like your ult here, you probably could have killed that invis earlier just knowing what you knew now. And then back to about here by now. And then just in time for Darkchild. Then you can dash back and start Rainbow Road. You probably won't save the cloak, but there's a good chance you could help the invis potentially. Like, look how close you already were. And then you definitely would have saved the Punisher. And the Star-Lord. Magic's goated. Bro, that's hilarious. You took the enemy portal is so funny. Dang. So not bad. I do want to show you one more tech. One more tech that helps is that retreating shield dash, I guess. Something like that. So it's a way to where you can move fast and you can jump and you can have your shield up all while retreating, right? So let's say the enemy team is over here, right? So this health pack is an enemy and they're shooting at me and I need to go that way. If I bring up my shield, now I'm walking super slow, right? But what you can do is you can turn, look where you need to go, walk forward for half a second to where the little illusion pops up behind you, jump, and then turn back. This is what it looks like full speed. And then you do these 180s. And then, like, this is how it works the other way. Because then you're moving full speed, you're getting the sprints, and you're also getting the 350 shield health, and you're also getting the jump to where your character's harder to hit. And you can even throw in a little bit of ADing, technically, but that slows you down, so. Plus, then you get access to your shield bash and your shield slam once you get those back, which usually is about like after 2 of them or something, if you're timing your engages right. So yeah, incorporate that. Incorporate the jumping shield throws so you can stay in for longer. Use your shield throw now that the cooldown is a lot shorter on your what I think you have it bound to E, but this one. You can use it to engage, start doing these, and then it's like, okay, now it's time to get out. I can get out and then throw another one on my way out to get a little bit of extra percentage. Or you can use it to secure kills on your way out, right? It's like, oh, they're low, I gotta go, but I'll throw the shield and then bash out. Stuff like that. So I hope this helps. I hope this broke down a lot of those like bigger concepts to help you understand like when to go in, when to not go in, how dive actually works, how to cooperate with your team. And then the last thing is like really working on that ult charge, or not ult charge, but like using your ult effectively. Again, it's probably the hardest ult in the game to use. I would say like even harder than Gambit, even harder than this, because it requires teamwork. It requires like really good knowledge of advantage and disadvantaged states and being able to recognize those on a dime, and then also picking the correct option for it, right? Am I going to engage with it? Am I going to use it defensively? Am I going to attack and use it selfishly for a dive to pull attention away? Like trying to pick out what to do it with or like how to use it is really difficult. So an easy way that I like to think about it is just to think about the value that you get out of it, right? Did I use my ult and it worked and my team won the fight and we pushed forward? Great. And then the second part of that is, will that screw us over later? Okay. So think about a scenario where you have like 2 supports who just double support ulted, right? Well, Captain America can kind of fill that gap. Now, if they have like a Punisher ult or a Star-Lord ult or a Magic ult or a Torch ult, you can ult through that and save your team even though your team doesn't have a support ult. Now, if they don't have any of those big threatening ults and your team, your 2 supports haven't been double support ulting, now maybe we can use our ult to engage or to do a long dive or things like that. So it really is going to be changing. Try to get the most value out of it and not screw your team over later. So anyway, that's a full cap experience. Also, now that you know some of these bigger concepts, try to watch Japanese Curry and watch them again and see if you can pick out a lot of those things that I talked about. See if you can see like, oh, they engaged here because our team is already engaged in there. They didn't engage here because my team is too far back, or they saw something that they didn't like, or things like that. And yeah, Also, definitely check out Rivals Meta. Watch people slightly above you. It's usually a little more helpful than watching like the best of the best of the best. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. God bless. Catch you next time. Bye. We are. All right. What should we name them? Cap overview. How about that? PM cap review. Work. All right. Caesar, you wanted us to look over yours real quick? I'm gonna check up. Be good. Or no, actually, I don't have enough time. I gotta go a little earlier today. But yeah, this will be good for Sunday. So Caesar, I'll be doing a stream Sunday. So we'll do your VOD review, then we'll do Am I the Problem? So, I'm sorry. I really am excited because I've been playing a lot of Emma again, finally. I haven't played much Emma since like, I don't know, season like 4 or something. So, and also Emma has changed recently, like a lot. She's back to how she used to be. All right, sounds good, Caesar. So it's actually going to be in the evening. So I normally stream at this time, but Sunday stream is going to be 6 p.m. Eastern. If that helps you. But yeah. I guess I could just play like 1 or 2 or something. Oh, Jake's in a tryout. Yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna call the stream there today. But yeah, that was good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. God bless. See you Sunday. After Sunday, we're back to probably only streams on. And yeah, I was curious to see your thoughts on Emma's playstyle in 8.5. All of her micro buffs have really added up. Yeah. So the way I've been playing her is like a lot closer to old Emma. I've even been able to use the diamond form aggressively in some specific areas. I'm hesitant to even say that because like it's so addicting and it's really easy to get punished for it, but it's technically possible again. So yeah, see you guys.